I will make a small focaccia just for me in this tray 20 centimeters wide. The doses are 100 grams of water, 80 grams of bread flour and 80 grams of semolina flour, and 4 grams each of salt, fresh cheese and extra virgin olive oil. Keep watching because I will also tell you why we use it and how we are supposed to use it. If you cannot find any semolina flour, you can use just bread flour, so 160 grams in total. Let's move to my table now, it's time to work. Okay, let's make our focaccia. Here we have our water, tap water at room temperature. And this is white flour, and here we have our semolina. Then 4 grams each, fresh yeast, salt and extra virgin olive oil. First off, if you're not familiar with fresh yeast, this is how it looks. No worries if you can't find it, you can use dry yeast, active or instant. Just divide the doses by 3. So these 4 grams of fresh yeast become around 1.3 grams of dry yeast. If you want to know more, check out the video in the upper right corner. As I said, we use half and half. This is bread flour and this is semolina. Kind of yellow, bit coarse. It's made from hard wheat and it will give a nice soft texture. Instead of bread flour, you can also use some 00 if you have it, and if you want to know more about it, once again, check out my video in the upper right corner. We mix the flours and half of the blend goes in the water. We stir well and only then we add salt and olive oil. Salt first. Now olive oil. You know, we pizza makers are taught to add it towards the end of the mixing, and I also wrote it in my own book because this is how I was taught. But like this, the dough will break and it takes time to make it whole again. This is why we are adding it at this point of the mixing, so incorporating it will be quick and easy. Finally, why do we add olive oil? Well, first of all, it makes the dough easier to stretch, but also
Olive oil works like fats.
and fats make the crumb softer. Okay, the dough is basically ready, but it's not smooth and I don't like it, so I will let it rest for 5 minutes and then shape it again. Okay, now I like it. It's time to put it in its cradle so it can rise. A bit of olive oil so it doesn't stick. In it goes, always with the lid so it doesn't dry. Assuming that your room temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius, then around 2 hours will be enough. By the way, always check after 1 hour or so, and if it seems that the dough is not rising, then put it in the oven with the light on. This will increase the temperature and speed up the process. Very well, the dough looks good. We can proceed to the next step. That is stretching. Please don't mind this crappy silicone tray. It's old and cheap, but it does the job. Fair amount of olive oil to coat the bottom of the tray. Here we go. Let's stretch the dough to the size of the tray. It should be nice and light and puffy, so it will be an easy task. Now here's the difference to pizza. We don't stretch and bake, we stretch, then the dough must rise again, then we make the dimples and let it rise again, and only at that point we will finally bake. Done. The dough is stretched. Let's leave it here and rest at room temperature for 1 hour. See you later, alligator. Let's make our dimples with wet hands. Once done, the focaccia must rest 1 more hour before we can finally bake it. In the meantime, you had to preheat your oven, set the temperature at 230 degrees Celsius. 30 minutes should be enough. We get in there, we can finally bake. Let's prepare a mixture with 1 spoon of water and 1 spoon of olive oil. I will use a squeezy bottle so it's easy to drizzle. You can use any container, maybe a brush. Shake, 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 and drizzle.